Hello everyone, I'm LRAV. I'm an independent artist on SoundCloud and on YouTube. I'm an artist, a songwriter, and a music producer. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to, just throw that out there, so that way, y'all know who I am. Yeah, and so this is my interview in honor of my debut album. Thank you all. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, so let's get to the questions, shall we? Okay, so the first question is, why did you name your debut album Thank You All? Great question. Yeah, very good question. So, why did I name my debut album Thank You All? Well, here's the thing, so this is, like my way of, you know, thanking, those like who have been, supportive of me, whether that was, like in school related stuff, or, like after school activities, and like signing up for sports or, like my job and, my music currently right now. So, it's just those, those little things in life, that I'm like thinking like those like who have been like very supportive of me, yeah, and also my fans as well. Without you guys, I wouldn't, be here today. Thank you all so much for, the love and support that you give me, you know. Yeah, and that's pretty much like what I made this album, like why I titled it, that it yeah, it's what I just said. Okay, now next question. What was the inspiration behind Love Myself to Love You? Ooh, very good question. Very good. So basically, the inspiration behind Love Myself to Love You, like I posted about it, but I'd be glad to, explain it to you guys. So basically, so I wrote it about, like me having, a crush on a girl that I had back in high school, and so like all this time like I've been, like chasing after this girl, but instead, I forgot the most important thing, and that's self-love. I had to really, like learn to fully, love myself for who I am, before I, commit to a relationship. And that's what pretty much sparked this song, you know. But I'm glad that I got a good song out of it, and I'm glad that I'm loving myself now, and I encourage everyone, to love yourself, That's the greatest love of all time, just loving yourself, like appreciating who you are as a person, you know? Just try it sometime, you know? Okay. Next question. Do you have a favorite song off of Thank You All? If so, what is it and why? yeah, yeah, I definitely do have a favorite song off my album, Thank You All. It's called Think to Myself. And the reason why I chose that song is because, it's very personal to me, and I really like connect with it, because, that's just pretty much like my personality a bit. Like, I like to think about life and, just, I really like to think about life and, like, what's, like, gonna happen next, like, you know, but, life can be, like, anything for us, and, I also, like, have, some, like, deep thoughts, that I think, that it's just a really great song, yeah, and also, like, the music part that I did for it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. The music part. It definitely sounds like ahead of my time. But like that song. It's definitely going to be timeless for sure. Because hopefully in the future people will appreciate it more. Because it's so ahead of my time right now. You know, and people will, start appreciating it one day, but whatever happens, happens, Okay, next question. How did you approach this album? Hmm, excellent question. How did I approach this album? So basically, how I approached this album, was, I pretty much, like created my favorite songs, that I was listening to at the time when I was recording my album. Because because there's like so much music that I was like listening to, and I was just trying to like recreate it, like, and do it my way, and I feel like I pretty much nailed it. You know, Yeah, because I feel like that's pretty much how like a lot of artists' debut albums should be. It should be freelance. Just do your own thing. And not have to worry about like the mold of like how like an artist is supposed to like make your first album. Just do your own thing for your first album. Be creative. Be innovative, if you will. You know, I'm just saying. Okay, next question. Did you know that Love Myself to Love You was going to be the first single? Or did you have other singles in mind to be the first one? Yes, I did know that Love Myself to Love You was going to be the first single. I didn't really have any other singles in mind to be the first one, but I definitely knew that was going to be the first single because, I wanted to, express, my love life, and I feel like the introduction to my album era for Thank You All, because, like, I wanted it to start off, like with my love life and like how it's been and like what I'm like doing currently, so, that's the reason why that's the reason why I chose it to be the first single. And then, other singles came afterwards, so that's it. Okay. Yeah, I'm flying by these questions really fast, this is a piece of cake, Is your album mostly pop music? To be honest with you, like, yeah, it's for the most part, my album is, you know, pop music, but except for one song on the album, which is Badass, and that's a pop rock song, and that's definitely a style that I want to dive more into, pop rock stuff, and I also definitely want to dive more into like dance music, Yeah, I know, and the thing is about Badass, like that's such a great song, because it's an anthem, you know, like I pretty much just like to talk about like the little things in my life, because like when I wake up, I'm badass. When I have breakfast, I'm badass. When I go to work, I feel badass, And then, when I come home and then I do, some chores around the house, I feel badass, it's just those like little things in life, and you just like gotta tell yourself like you're badass, like you're awesome, like just don't be negative about yourself, just positive vibes only, no negativity. Oh yeah, and every day I feel blessed, like because just of my music right now and like my current state that I'm in right now, I feel blessed every single day. Okay, so what is Remind about? So basically, my song Remind, and yeah, that was a promo single off my debut album. And, I definitely wanted to release a song like this, because, I feel like we all can, relate to it, somehow, because, like we just gotta, just like constantly like remind ourselves that we are human and we're all not perfect and like we're all going to like achieve something in our lives, like I don't really know. But you just gotta like remind yourself of like the little things that you have right now. So whether if you have like a family, yeah, like yeah, I'm kind of like blanking a bit, but you get my point. You just gotta like remind yourself like I have a family, like I'm enjoying my life, I'm really like appreciating and loving myself for who I am, just it's just those constant like little things in life that we all shouldn't, take for granted every day, And that's why, I live my life to the fullest and I don't take the little things in my life for granted, And I feel like everyone should live that lifestyle, because it's healthy and, you're going to have a much better life, you know? And you're going to feel positive as well instead of being negative all the time, because, you would be surprised, but there are so many, negative people in this world. And, yeah, it's hard to narrow it down, and, it's just kind of hard, to, persuade those people who are negative to be positive, some people are just negative, and that's just how it is. There's absolutely nothing that we can do. That's just who they are. But some people do change. Yeah, change is something that we all can count on. But just do you. Live your life however you want to. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life. Just do you. Okay, next question. What made you decide to have a deluxe edition of your album? This is a very great question, actually. So pretty much, I had so many songs, from my debut album, that, I just wanted to like add more of them onto the album and just make a deluxe. But there was only like one song, that didn't make the final cut, for, like my standard edition, which is 11 songs. And then my deluxe, it goes up to 16, so that's 5 more additional songs on my deluxe, but yeah, there was only one song that didn't make the final cut to any of those versions because, it just didn't really fit the theme of the album, because, when it comes to my music and my albums, there has to be a concept and a theme, because, I can't just make like an album and, just like fill it with like random songs. Like that wouldn't make any sense at all, like there needs to be a concept and a theme to it, You can't just do stuff willy-nilly. You gotta have a plan. You gotta plan this stuff out, Okay, and how long did you spend working on this album? Oof, yeah, very important question. How long did I spend working on this album? Basically, I started working on my debut album when the pandemic first hit. Because, we were all in, lockdown, and, we didn't know what was going to happen next. And so we were all just quarantined in our houses. And that was when I was like, you know what? Since I'm in this quarantine, this is the perfect opportunity to make my debut album. And I made it happen, and then it came out, So I started working on it in the beginning of the pandemic, which was like in March, like April of 2020, like around that time. Yeah, around that time period. And I finished before Christmas of 2020. And then in January 2021, the album came out. And I also have a deluxe edition, which came out in October of that year. So now here we are. Okay. Whew. Okay, everyone. Last question. Last but not least. This is for all the marbles. So, are you going to be touring in support of this album? Yes, I am. I am finally going on tour. My wonderful fans. Cannot wait, to start touring, But the thing is, I'm doing this tour from the safety of my house, which, kind of like sucks a bit, but, you know, these, that there's this one variant that starts with an O, and I'm not gonna say it, you know, because, this variant of COVID is very deadly, and, that's just how it is, But, I'm definitely hoping that I will get to perform in, like arenas one day, So that's pretty much how I'm gonna be doing my tour. So I'm starting with this tour, which is like a mini tour. It's like a small, intimate tour, and then, I'm gonna work my way to, arenas, and then after arenas, stadiums, and so on and so forth, So that's my goal, for touring, like in the future, Yeah, if I'm allowed to go, like and hopefully this like so-called virus will calm down, you know. Okay, well, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed my interview, my thank you all interview in honor of my debut album. Thank you all, and make sure to go and stream my debut album on both SoundCloud and YouTube. There will be the links to my album in the description below. And yeah, just go stream it. Okay, I will see you all. Have a good day. Stay blessed.